Hello and welcome back, friends. If you're new around here, I'm Big Gata. If you came looking for the sharpest tennis bets, you are right where you belong. Right now, we have made it to ATP 500s, Japan, and very soon we'll be jumping into Beijing. So keep your eyes peeled for we're playing in the first round. Only a few matches tonight, but we'll be getting into them. And let me see what you're playing for the matches coming up in a few hours. If you do like the breakdowns of these matches, please give this video a like. It goes a super long way. Thank you for all that do. If you would like to get my picks as soon as I upload, don't forget, you can just subscribe. It's the fastest way to do that. And if you are feeling generous, there's a link if you want to donate, and also a link to my free Discord if you would like to join. We talk tennis 24/7. It's a great environment. Get yourself involved. We got people betting on everything. So get yourself some more money, free money. It's a free Discord. Get yourself involved. We love to have you, right? And with that being said, what we looking like for today? I'm a bit disappointed, man. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm going to keep it brief, but Lorenzo Musetti is someone that we don't bet on often on this channel. I've never been too impressed by him, but he's ranked number 9 for a reason. And we saw we saw this morning that the reason is clay. That is the only reason why he is at number 9, playing on clay. I am so disgusted by the performance by him, losing to Tableau, who has yet to beat anyone in the top 10, 50, 20 in this season. So I'm just disgusted. It is what it is. Bublik did everything he needed to for us, though, except for covering the spread. That was crazy, too. So both tickets failed, but we are going to keep pushing on. Fun fact, it is the 1-year anniversary covering this specific tournament. So if you go back to my earliest videos, this is one of the first ones I started. So anyway, let's get into what we're going into for this evening in Shanghai. The first match is going to be happening already. It is going to be Jaume Munar going against Matteo Berrettini. Honestly, I would stay away from this one. I see a lot of talk about this match. I personally am just not in a place to trust either person. Berrettini, I would lean on him, though. I'm a Munar fan, but he did lose to him in the one head-to-head they had last year on the clay in Marrakesh. Berrettini 1-3. So just looking at that, and that was back when Berrettini had a 15-1 season. So no one was really beating him, it seems. Munar had a 25-17 season, just to give you context, but it wasn't anything special. This season, I don't know what's up with him. Is he hurt? Is he just he just didn't look? He has not been looking good, so I don't want to touch it. He did not look good against Dalibor. Serchina looked like he literally was playing his first tennis match of the year in 2 years. He was lacking in all fields, and then he went into a 5-setter with Kamil Majchak in Wimbledon. Like you can't call what's going on with Berrettini. You have to be in his camp to know what actually the problem is. I'm going to say that much. But 12-9 on the hard court for Munar this season, going against a 9-7 Berrettini. Maybe he just needed to get his footing back on the hard court. He does always lose, or he did lose his match in Cincinnati last season before winning one match in the U.S. Open. But we didn't even see him in the U.S. Open this year, so that says something. I would love to think that Munar is coming to play hardball. Maybe he gets himself a set. Maybe. I don't know. But just looking at how Berrettini's been, you look at these people that are like, Berrettini's only made it to the, 37th? Oh, I'm sorry, not 37th. I'm sorry. That's Munar. Berrettini's been 6th at some point. It's been 3 years since he's been ranked 6th, but he is a top 10 player when he's at his best. Munar, at his best, is literally what we have been seeing this season. So, I don't know if that's enough to beat Berrettini. Berrettini hasn't had a lot of matches on the hard court as well. Over 12 years, he's barely played over 200, which is a lot still, but Munar has half of that, so a third of that, honestly. But I would put my money on Berrettini, like ever so slightly. But don't be surprised if Munar causes the upset. That's all I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna just move on. That's all I'm gonna say. And our next match is gonna be Yosuke Watanuki going against Nuno Borges. And both of these guys are on a 3 or more match losing streak. 4 for Watanuki, 3 for Borges. Davis Cup for Borges. He lost against Ignacio Buthe and Gonzalo Bueno. Those are both Colombians, I think. Got spanked. Lost in 5 sets against Tommy Paul, which, honestly, that was impressive that he took 2 sets off Tommy Paul. Watanuki at his best. On his best day, he's ranked, 72? Borges is ranked 30. About the same age. Borges actually has a way better win rate on the hard courts. He's 68% win rate, crazy enough, even though we don't love Nuno on this channel. We don't love betting on him, at least. He's been playing well on the hard courts. 61% win rate for Watanuki, going 17-16 this season, and Borges going 13-12. I don't like this match that much either. There's no head-to-head history between them. Both of them been playing pretty badly. I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to leave it alone. There's nothing here for me. It's the first round as well, but we'll talk more about that tomorrow. Next, we have the D&D match. We got Daniel versus Dennis. Altmaier versus Shapovalov. And this is going to be their second head-to-head. They had a 5-setter in Wimbledon last year, interestingly enough. Altmaier does have a pretty decent record against lefties. It's about 2-1 this season. So that's something to think about. I would probably take Altmaier for a set. Haven't been getting the best output from Denis Shapovalov recently. He beat Lerner Tien and Luca Nardi, but lost to center. But he's been not that active. Seemingly only really playing on the hard courts. Actually, I take that back. I'm sorry. Seemingly only participating in Los Cabos, Toronto, Cincinnati, and the U.S. Open. Only getting decently far in Los Cabos, where he won the title. 3rd round in the U.S. Open, but knocked out in this very first round, which would be round 2, in Cincinnati and Toronto. So I like Altmaier for a set, just because in their history, he was able to get 2 off of him last year, and Altmaier's been taking sets off of Munar. So if he can take a set off Munar, he can take a set off of Shapovalov again on the hard court. That's my personal opinion. He is a bit of a wild card. He's a bit streaky and inconsistent, so you don't know which Altmaier you're going to get, and you don't really know which type of Dennis you're going to get. Altmaier's 9-14, and Dennis is 13-9. So both with a 59% win rate on the hard court. Altmaier has more wins this season, but about 12 more losses. So I don't know. I think he's good for a set. Every match he's been playing, his last, 5 matches he's played on a hard court, including challengers, he was able to take a set. Only but one were against Batista Agut, where he didn't take a set on a hard court, recently, at least. So I think he's good for at least a set. Going against lefties as well. He did lose to Mutet into tie breaks. So I'm not too sure that maybe we could get a tie break. I think that's a little bit weird to just go off of in the first match. I haven't seen either of them in some time. So, I don't know about that. But we'll move on to the very last match. And that very last match of this evening is going to be Martin Fucsovics going against none other than Big Foe, Francis Tiafoe. And if I look at the match, I will be able to tell you which match it was where we couldn't believe in him anymore. Martin Dam in the U.S. Open. We bet on Tiafoe to win in straights, and he dropped a set to this guy. And I remember watching that match, and I was like, "What is he doing? Is he trying to win, or is he trying to entertain a crowd? This is a Grand Slam. Is this man not like? Why isn't he in kill mode? I can't bet on this guy anymore. It hurt my soul, and I love Tiafoe to death." Nothing's better than like loving someone that is good at doing the shit you need them to do. Like someone consistent. Like Bublik is like, could you ask for anyone better than Bublik in this life right now? We didn't get him to cover the spread today, but God, he's hit 3 futures for us this year. Like what? When you take him in straight sets, he does it for you. Like very seldomly does he not do that. So the consistency thing, like he is someone that is a entertainer, but when he is at a tournament now, he's in kill mode. If we can get that from Bublik, why aren't we getting that from Tiafoe? I digress. Fucsovics and Tiafoe have played each other 4 times now. It's been twice on the hard, but it's been 2-2. Tiafoe has won the last 2. In 2023 and 2020. So it's been quite some time since they played on a hard court against each other, but looking at how he has been playing, he lost in straight sets to Jakub Mitsik and Yuri Lehechka. 2 people that in the Davis Cup, do they even give a shit? Probably not. Tiafoe doesn't really give a shit about the Davis Cup. You can tell by how he lost. 5 games in total against Jakub Mitsik. 5 games in total against Lehechka. Like, come on. That's just not. And then we have Fucsovics, who hasn't dropped a set since he's gotten into qualies. Beat Arnaldi and Misalic. So those are decent people to be knocking out pretty early. For the likes of him as well. For the likes of him. He did lose in this Davis Cup matches, but no one gives a shit. I'm pretty sure we can just all agree that no one gives a shit about Davis Cup. But he did win Winston-Salem. This is the same guy that won Winston-Salem. He got the Sebastian Corda walkover for the final, but he did beat Botic in straights. He beat Munar in straights. He beat Bautista Agut in straights. He beat Talon Griekspoor in 3. He only dropped a set to Talon Griekspoor in the process of taking his 250 title. So, going against Tiafoe, it should be a no-brainer that this guy is going to get a set. He's probably the favorite. He is the favorite. I'd hate for Tiafoe to lose this match, but it's going to happen. So, I don't know if Tiafoe can... if anything, if Tiafoe is actually giving a shit, he'll get a set. But I think Fucsovics wins. Like, ultimately, I think he wins. So, if you want to take Altmaier for a set and Fucsovics to money line, you can do that. It's plus 190. I wouldn't play it. I would lean on anything today for this evening, but I just wanted to get something out for you guys quickly so you guys can have something to play. I just got home from work. Had a long day. I apologize I couldn't get the video out to you sooner, but I will be home earlier in the afternoon tomorrow so I can get the video for the full first round of Japan for you guys out, all right? So, with that being said, I'm going to wrap up there. Please just know that the pinned comment is not going to have shit in it today. I don't have much for you. But tomorrow we're going to hit the ground running. Like I said, this is one of my favorite tournaments because I started this YouTube channel covering this stuff. So, this is where it all began. hopefully we can get some more greens like we did last year. All right, catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.